maybe this Tezuka girl just has an unnatural interest in such things. Well, there she is again. As I walk to the back of the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens to study Rin from the corner of my eye. Her hair is burnt auburn, almost orange, and cropped short. Long hair would probably be impossible with arms. Yeah, because it go in your face and you'd be like, dude, what the fuck do you do? The boy's uniform and the lack of arms make her look very thin, almost scrawny. She's not particularly pretty except for her murky green eyes, which flicker restlessly from below her short bangs, even when she eats. Yeah, she looks, I don't know. She looks alright. The distance and the, kind of like longer hair, but I understand that wouldn't work. Here, her eyes are pretty kicking though. The distance and the shadow makes it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb all of it within them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as deftly as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see how this sight could discomfort people, especially while eating. Makes me feel a bit uncomfortable, at least. I hesitate to think about the word unnatural, but it's too late now, isn't it? Well, yeah. I keep searching the cabins and shelves for Misha's things, but after enough time passes, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of this strange girl. So do you always eat alone in this late, or do you get the occasional visitor? Visitors, maybe you're my first occasional visitor. I don't always eat alone either. Sometimes I eat with a certain person on the roof. She's not horsing around. Horsing. She likes to do sports. Oh, and that's all I can think of to say. Both of us fall silent again as Rin forks the last bit of her meal into her mouth. I look down at my haul and double check it with Misha's list. It seems I have everything except plywood. So I think I have all my things now. It's very nice for you. Don't feel obliged to stay. I was about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you're going to do with that stuff anyway, right? Or perhaps you like to watch girls sleeping? I'm not sure what to make of this, but Rin looks serious. Even if I did, I think I'd have to be going. I'll catch you around, Tezuka. You can call me Rin. I feel that our relationship is at this point is good enough to warrant this much. I was already turning to make my exit, but she draws me back in. Fine then, I'm Hisao. Then you are. Rin looks at me hard in the eyes, but that intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you isn't there. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all. She blinks a couple times and I can't figure out why a pause like this just popped between us out of nowhere. See you later, Hisao. There's something like a tiny smile. Yeah, there is. Look at that tiny smile right there. There in her face, maybe. I like her. She's cool. She's like ultra casual, bro. It's like me. Casual. Filthy casual. I quietly backed myself out of the room as I shut the door in front of my face. I whispered to myself, what an intriguing person. From inside I hear a muffled sing-song voice. I heard that. Oh, shit. Jesus Christ. What did you hear? Oh wait, no, that's Little Inferno voice. Shit. I jumped at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Now I'm mixing up voices from different games Let's Plays. Oh my god. Somehow she had gotten to jumping distance of me without making a sound. Creepy. Briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about a global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that thought aside. Shizune, standing slightly behind Misha, looks aloof as if she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention, but Misha is visibly excited. No, wait, more importantly, who is in there? There's no club meetings today. She tries to curiously peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyway. What are you doing here? You took so long that we had to come check what's wrong. That's no good, Chan. She wags her finger at me scoldingly. Bitch. I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you were tardy. Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, sorry, I got the things here. Was just going to bring them. I think you're up to some mischief, Hichan. Who is in there with you, I wonder? Misha signs something quickly to Shizune, pointing at her own ear a couple of times. Shizune immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door into the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she is experiencing. With Shizune's diligence and attitude, the insolence of daring to deface school property by sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. And indeed, she stares at Rin, frozen in place apart from the slight but noticeable trembling of her shoulders from suppressed rage, I'm sure. Look at that dang-ass face. Look at that dang-ass face. I just like doing that so I can see my mic levels go up. Alright. Instead of blowing up, Shizune just takes a few deep breaths. Is that a deep breath? No. Adjusts her glasses and slams the door shut, turning to sigh fiercely at Misha's like, oh my god. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. She shoots a very loaded stare at me too, as if it was somehow my fault that Rin is sleeping on one of the tables. I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my tardiness. Hello. Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door, and it takes a few eye blinks to realize she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind it, looking at us with a half-interested, half-sleepy face. Hello. Miss Tezuka, what do you think you were doing? You absolutely are not permitted to use school property for such disgraceful activity. Sure, it's suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know I was this popular. It's hard to say whether she's happy or unhappy about this turn of events. At any rate, she ignores Shizune/Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue. Shizune taps Misha's shoulder, points at Rin, and makes some quick signs. Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore. Anyway, how's your project going? Will it be done for the festival? Rin looks at them blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure Shizune's cold stare is putting on her. Literally, she's like, I don't give a fuck. I keep wondering about that myself, too. Wait, no, that's not her voice, fuck. And that's her voice, right? We'll think about it harder. As Misha signs a reply to Shizune, her face turns into an unsatisfied frown. Look at that fucking frown. Miss Tezuka, please try to take this seriously. It'll be a disaster if the wall looks like someone threw up their lunch onto it. Rin nods assertively. We'll think more seriously. Misha actually giggles at that, but Shizune doesn't, not even after translation. She just shakes her head, takes the materials from me, and takes off with Misha in tow. Rin frowns thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student council duo. How rude. It's true though, I must finish my project before the weekend. There will be dire consequences if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are, but more dire. Much more dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future. I am about to ask what project she has or what are these apocalyptic consequences, but she walks back into the art classroom. Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? Oh. This paint can doesn't fit into my bag, but I need it. She kicks lightly at a huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting and sleeping on. It lets out a dull clang. Being the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure. Where do you need to take it? Away. And with that, she takes off to the hallway, me and the paint can following, since there's little choice for either of us. Look at that dang-ass guy. The hallway is quiet and empty now with Shizune and Misha gone, so we two leave towards the stairwell at the other end. Clear throat. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps I have to change the can from one hand to another because the thin handle cuts into my palm. Oh my god. At least it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Rin strolls on beside me with an uneven pace I have trouble matching, or maybe I'm walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast. So it's like when you're dating, if you don't walk at the same speed, it's not good. I don't know why. And I can't figure it out which. 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and his fox-like grin. Mr. Nakai, what a happy coincidence. Tezuka too, of course. He nods courteously to Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, then turns to me because obviously it's me, who he has some business with. There's something I forgot to mention on Monday. I nod and wait impassively because I can't even begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel enthusiastic about this interruption either. Put it down, you dip. God. It's about your medications. Since you haven't been that long on your current medications, there might be some unexpected side effects, which might require adjusting dosages or even changing to another kind of medication. So we'll do a few tests regularly, but what I'd want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition that feels off, if you get what I mean. Nausea, headache, anything. Come see me when that happens. Alright. Alright, I gotta get a drink. I'll just leave the recording on. It'll be like 1 second, I totally swear. MLG legit. Drink getting professional.